Now back to Let's Chat with Tita Gracie, only here on V81 Radio.
Hi, we're back. And now we would like to take a closer look at our next guest. I'd like to call back Miss Rica Arambulo.
Hi, Gracie. Hello
Hi, Rica.
again.
Looking so bright and sexy with your red outfit. I love it.
It's an effort, isn't it?
Yes.
You're
and, and,
talking normal.
well, as they say, this is the new normal. But who would have thought that I'd be a digital broadcaster in just a few weeks?
And look
But
at you now.
I'm enjoying this, and the nice thing about it is that we can do this interaction, a live show in the comfort of our homes. And if there's one thing if there's one thing that the pandemic taught us is the fact that we can do a lot of things. We can be very productive in our own homes.
Exactly. And I learned how to stream myself and to fix my lights and to, position the camera and stuff like that. I didn't care for in the past.
And the little things, like sometimes we have to live with unstable internet connection and all that. I mean, we become more patient and all that. And we raise something very important, is that we became master of all the technical aspects of putting a show.
Well, not exactly master yet, but it's a start. It's a start.
So, what's been keeping you busy since the pandemic started? I know that you've been locked down. You still teach, and I know that you had a show with Mr. C, with the Bayanihan Musikan.
Musikahan. Yes,
Yes,
that's what.
can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. Well, I was really admiring all the efforts, no, that they took, and I thought it was like just some amazing thing that came together like almost like a miracle, and I found it really brilliant, and the audience response to it was fantastic, right? And the nation started pouring in, and I was thinking, I would love to be part of it and to do my bit. And then one day the chance came. So even if I was terrified actually.
Might get terrified. I've seen you in a lot of major stages, like and some bar gigs that you did in the past. Most notable was your one-woman show at the Manila Hotel at the tap room. I remember that show very
Yeah.
distinctly. Yeah, and I remember that. I think prior to that, I've seen you in some gigs with different artists as well. But that particular show struck me because it differentiated you from the other jazz artists or pop or club gigs, club artists, no, club based artists,
Uh-huh.
because you were the only one that I knew at that time, and I think even now, that a Manila-based artist who can do jazz and standards, play the piano and sing at the same time. And I asked myself, wow, that's very unique. That really makes you unique. And in the tradition of ladies of note like Diane Shore and Diana Krall, who made their mark, playing the piano and doing their singing at the same time. And that's why when I was thinking of tonight's show, I said, it won't be complete without Rica Arambulo.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm
And because I
humbled.
know that I'm a fan, and like I'm a fan of Lynn also and Jeannie, and each one you have your own unique approach to your styling and your musicality. And who would you say would be your influencer in your career?
Um, I could name a few, like Patty Austin. She's brilliant, and then she's
Oh
also a
yeah,
songwriter. And I like her leanings, na parang crossover din sa pop, right?
yes.
And then who else did I? My absolute idol diva is Jane Monheit.
Wow. I think that before we continue, I'm sure that we want to whet our audience appetite for some fantastic singing and piano playing from your end. And I know that you're going to surprise us because the first song you're going to perform for us is a classic Filipino composition by a well-noted composer. Could you tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about this song?
Okay. I think this song was recorded in the past, no, by Ruben Tagalog, and the songwriter was Mike Velarde, who also popularized Dahil Sa'yo in the same album. And so I really was fascinated with these two songs, Dahil Sa'yo and Namahal Kita. But I've always wanted to put my own stamp on them. And
Yes.
so, and ang sarap paglaruan because they're very beautiful tunes. So,
I'm a big lover of Filipino music, and I'm sure a lot of our kababayans out there are feeling nostalgic by the mere
mhm.
mention of the title, Minamahal Kita. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to present to you Miss Rica Arambulo with her version of Minamahal Kita.
Kung aking wariin sinta ay naghihintay pagtapatan ka. Kung nais malaman sinta, bakit tangi kang minamahal? Ikaw lang ang tunay at siyang dahilan ng aking kaligayahan. Minamahal, minamahal kita. Sinta ay di mag-iba. Hindi mo ba nadarama, sinta? Bawat kilos ko'y pangarap ka. Minamahal, minamahal kita. Nasa iyo ang tanging pag-asa. Asahan mong dalangin ko tuwina. Minamahal, minamahal kita. Minamahal, minamahal kita. Sinta ay di mag-iiba. Hindi mo ba nadarama, sinta? Bawat kilos ko'y pangarap ka. Minamahal, minamahal kita. Nasa iyo ang tanging pag-asa. Asahan mong dalangin ko tuwina. Minamahal, minamahal kita.
I love that rendition, and it's so beautiful. It
Thank you. It's a beautiful song.
it's such a beautiful song, and times like this, it's so comforting to listen to beautiful Filipino music. Thank you for that selection, Rika.
The it's light and breezy.
Yes, it's perfect. It's the kind of song that you want to listen to around sunset, like this time of the evening when you're already relaxing and maybe, having your favorite drink.
Something drinks,
And
but something drinks.
yeah, something drinks. Alam mo, Rika, talagang kakaiba ka talaga sa ibang mga singers natin ngayon dahil bukod sa, you can you're classically trained as a pianist, and your repertoire is from pop to standards to Filipino music to classical to jazz, talagang very broad, no? But do you have what would you say would be your signature kind of music? Ikaw, Rika.
About my songs, I have two studio CDs. So I write my own songs, which I cannot classify, but I would like to call them pop. But they stretch
Yes.
a bit, across all the
Yes.
borders. So I don't want to label them. It can be labeled as jazz by others as well. So that's
Yes.
really my signature music.
Yes, and I hope one of these days we will be able to hear some of those pieces that it's in your treasure trove of compositions, Rika. So aside from playing, you also compose and arrange your own songs, right?
Yes, because I started out as an arranger for other people.
Yes,
Okay. And then I decided to start writing on my own as well. And then to sing and play and write and arrange my own. So it all came
yes,
together. So now I'm really arranging my own songs, which
yeah.
is why they can sound really distinct from somebody else. I
That's why
completely arrange everything.
Yeah, and that's why I'm so delighted that we have this chance to introduce or reintroduce you to the public, and to get them acquainted with the brand of music that you can share with everybody. And I feel so privileged that tonight you're with us, Rika. I really am so honored that you could be with
Why?
us. And I know that you have another song that you've prepared for us tonight.
Yeah.
But before we listen to you, I know that you're also a teacher, right? You run the school. Maybe you could share some information about your school, your
Yeah.
Suzuki method.
Yes. I grew up in a school home, and my mom put it up when I was a toddler or something. Or no, I don't, yes. And and so I grew up all around music. It's called Green Hills Music Studios, and it seems to have made a very good name uh, here in the Philippines as well as in other countries. Okay, and well, the reason for that is the dynamo. That's my mom, Mrs. Arambulo,
Yes,
and she was instrumental in forming a lot of musical talents, including some competition winners, including Tchaikovsky competition, and so on and so forth, and including Ryan Cayabrab and Louis Ocampo. So I grew up uh, in awe of these, you know, these
and you
musical.
were surrounded. You were surrounded by all these music influencers like your mom, and of course the likes of Mr. C and Louis, and eventually you became a teacher yourself. So you were trained uh, professionally, or your formal music education. Could you tell us? Could you share a little bit of background about that?
Well, I had been taking piano lessons since I was about 4, because by default ba, 'di ba? Because
Yes.
yeah,
The school's
hello,
in your house.
teacher, school house, wala na, 'di ba? Wala excuse. But I found myself very interested in fooling around on the piano on different instruments. And so I was very active. You know, I'm Polinian like you. Okay?
Yes.
You know how active they are in the arts. And so
Stage in the arts.
yeah, so they brought the different facets of my musicality as well. And then of course, my mom, I think one day decided to enter me in a national competition for piano. Okay, and I had to do it, and I survived, and I think I did well. And so, and ever since that, well, once in a while I would do competitions, although I didn't want it to be my forte. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes. Yeah.
I'm not that competitive actually, but I do it once in a while to make me work. So I used to do that. And then I majored in music, Bachelor of Music, major in piano, minor in voice, and I had also another major in composition.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so
Wow.
there, then diretso siya.
And with all of these influences and the education and your passion in music, no. Now at this stage in your life, what do you still have a bucket list as far as your music career is concerned? Is there something that you still wish you can still accomplish at this point in your life?
Well, I am in the pre-prod stages of my third studio CD. It's just hard to push myself to to produce it by myself because I'm the producer, and I push
Yes.
myself. Sometimes
Yes.
it gets hard when you're the motivator, and if you're not motivated, and then you have these ups and downs. And so I would still like to finish that, uh, hopefully within the year or soon,
Yes.
diba? I
Well,
mean,
so that means to say we should no, I think what I will want to do is I want to be your cheering squad, you know, uh one of your biggest fans cheering for you because I would love to hear all the studio albums that you've done, and certainly this next one that you're going to be launching in the near future. And we are really looking forward to that. And maybe we can
thank
even do a
you.
special, just all of the progression between the first one, the second one, and the third one. We can always whip up something like that, because to
You're
me,
right.
it's important that for me to use my show as a platform for my friends in the arts, whether
Mhm.
you're in musical theater or in mainstream music or in acting. And this show is dedicated to helping our artists reach out to their audience. And with the 81 radio, you're reaching a global audience, which is great because ang daming Pinoys all over the world. And with this pandemic, even if we are separated, this show brings us all together. And I'm
Right.
offering you that. And if when the time is right, Rika, I will get back to you and I will remind you of my
I'll take
invitation.
note of that.
Yes, I would
Definitely.
love
Thank you,
I
Gracie.
would really, really love to, because here there's no, I we can design a special platform for artists like you in my show, so that we can reach more audiences, and just a stage. All the stages now are black, but the digital stage, hey, we have it here on V81 Radio. Now, I do know that you've prepared another piece tonight, and
Yeah.
this is a classic. I remember this song. It's a classic by a great composer, Henry Mancini. Wow, what
Yes.
made you decide to um, how would I put it, to perform this beautiful piece?
I decided to do it tonight because it makes me dream of traveling, going on the road. That's something that I'm not able to do at the moment, but that's my biggest passion. So, I'd like my, to free my mind, you know what I mean? And to
Yes.
imagine that that
I
we're
think
going away on a trip and
you're,
this and that, making
you know,
memories.
that's that what you're conjuring up are feelings that a lot of people are feeling at the moment, because none of us can travel, none of us can, whereas before you can just easily book a tour or book a getaway, and this is the time of year that people usually love to go away and enjoy their vacation. But with the pandemic, unfortunately, we're all staying in our homes and we are unable to. But I love the song selection. I know that it will touch a lot of people's hearts. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce our guest artist, Miss Rica Arambulo, with her beautiful rendition of a Henry Mancini classic, Two for the Road. Take it away, Rica.
Thank you. If you're feeling fancy free, come wander through the world with me. And any place we chance to be will be our rendezvous. Two for the road, we'll travel down the years, collecting precious memories, selecting souvenirs, and living life the way we please. In summertime, the sun will shine. In winter, we'll drink summer wine. And every day that you are mine will be a lovely day, as long as love still wears a smile. I know that we'll be two for the road, and that's a long, long time. In summertime, the sun will shine. In winter, we'll drink summer wine. And every day that you are mine will be a lovely day, as long as love still wears a smile. I know that we'll be two for the road, and that's a long, long time. As long as love still wears a smile, I know that we'll be two for the road, and that's a long, long
breath away, Rica, with that song. It's gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. I absolutely love the tune. That's why I
Yeah.
picked it.
You know, it's a song that was in a movie. I remember of the same title. And
Yes.
I love the idea of going away with your special someone, you know, and
Yeah.
experiencing life together. It has so much meaning. Beautiful piece, beautiful. Enrica, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Don't go away. We're gonna go on a
Thank
quick break, and
you.
then we're gonna have our other friends. Ito, dalawang forever dates, our next two guests. But we're gonna come back, all of us, for the last 15 minutes. So stick around, Rika, and for all of you out there, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Jazzy Sunday night with Let's Chat with Tita Gracie. We'll go on a quick break and come back in a bit. See you.
We'll be back shortly with Tita Gracie. Let's chat with Tita Gracie only here on V81 Radio.